on Christmas, after I canceled stream or finished streaming for myself, I would get the news that there's a Power Rangers rumor of a new movie and an animated series in development. So, where did this rumor start from? All right, this rumor can literally be traced back to the origin of Daniel Richmond, right? And he put it on Patreon, which I was curious about because I look at the Patreon, it's behind a $5 paywall, but this guy does not miss per se, as he was right when he called that Wesley Snipes would be reprising his role as Blade in the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie. And, he's made another bold prediction that Nick Cage will reprise his role as Johnny Blaze / Ghost Rider in the upcoming project. So the guy who started the rumor does have some, credibility. And this thing would get picked up pretty much by everyone, from Reddit to the comic book. And we would get more confirmation from Power Ranger insider Jin Saku. Now, here's the thing. I know some people don't like him or don't find him to be credible for whatever reason. But, a story is a story is a story. So he says, hey, I've talked to my super friends and these are the things we heard revolving the new film. Now, I do want to be on record that there are no bigger news outlets reporting on this. And everyone seems to cite what he is saying in Daniel Richmond. So right now, everyone is citing these two for this Power Ranger story, as we all have been starved. Literally, we are starving.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
For new Power Rangers content. So the completely new film has nothing to do with Ein Twistle's reboot show for Netflix. Now, if you don't know, you can actually go back to literally 2019, right? When this was in development, right? Power Rangers movie reboot is in development. Now, this is an old article, right? End of the effing world creator is nearly negotiations to direct. And this was what Jonathan Entwistle's, the creator of the End of the Effing World. He was set to bring back Power Rangers notably in 2019 after the 2017 movie, quote unquote, failure, right? And he was also in talks to bring it back recently. Well, according to Jin Saku, he has nothing to do with this shit. He's out, which could be a good or bad thing, depending on how you look at his contributions or impact it would have had. Hasbro and Paramount has been in negotiations for a few months and now finally made solid progress as of recently, except Paramount / Skydance to retain the media rights for the brand. So media rights mean, hey, this shit's going to have a Skydance and Paramount logo attached to it. Okay. It is what it is. And, Paramount, to be honest, Paramount has been doing good, right? You got Transformers 1, which did good story-wise, but not so much at the box office. And if I'm not mistaken, they did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, the new animated movie that was phenomenal. But so Paramount may be a good home for the nostalgia of Power Rangers. That's in my opinion, based off their history. Hey, if they see money in these Hasbro IPs on a bigger scale, then hey, they're willing to put the bread down because, as I told you guys in the past, Hasbro is not partnering with anyone. They licensing it to you. They're not putting any bread up for anything, or maybe, their mind has been changed. Within those meetings, there were talks of a buyout, but I don't know how far that went, but both parties are open to it and it'll depend on the right price. I mean, Power Rangers is pretty much a dead brand. Believe it or not, it is dying, is dead, it's on life support. It's really not coming back per se, if you ask me. But this could be a step in the right direction to try to a last hurrah, if you will, for Power Rangers. but they've been developing this film, and as of recently, things are moving fast. Now, when you say developing, like, is there a script? Is there a cast? Has there been auditions? Is a director locked in? Is there anything, any contracts in place? Or are they just talking about the idea of it, of a potential Power Ranger movie, which, hey, just the thought of a Power Ranger movie gets a lot of Power Ranger fans, myself included, excited. You know, like every Power Ranger content creator right now has cut a video on this, and rightfully so, because if it's true, it's not only going to be great for the fans, but it's going to be great for content creators alike, because people like myself will have literally some new, fresh Power Ranger content, as we are quite literally we're starving right now.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
We're famine. We're damn near cannibals as we eat on old Power Ranger films and old Power and recycled Power Ranger theories. All right. It'll be a theatrical film, but they're aware of the 2017 movie situation. So they're going to try and be cautious and pick the best release date possible before announcing it. Now, I mean, release dates are important, as we will talk about later, how Batman got pushed back. Release dates are important, but if you are a big enough IP, you can potentially move people. But with a studio such as Paramount, they have dates locked in for their current movies that are going to be out there in I believe this is movies coming out in 2026, right? So late 2026. In my idea, you late 2026 is probably August, because you're not competing with the October horror movies, and you're not competing with the Thanksgiving family films or the Christmas December movies. And let's be honest, Power Rangers, we love it as a brand, but do you think they can compete with anything that's going to come out in the summer? The answer is
nope.
No. Okay, because brand presence is a thing. So when you say, hey, we're not going to do what we did in 2017, is, hey, good, great. We're not going to make a morph in the last 10 minutes of the movie. Okay. So you're going to try to be cautious, pick a good release date. My sources suggest late 2026, since most of the heavy hitters will already have come out. Sure. No story detail at the moment, whether or not it'll be another MMPR reboot, but whether it is they're confident enough to spend money on it, and development is moving fast. Expect the new year to be heavy news. So maybe in the new year we will get something. I'm just not convinced per se. Now we do have other news, other people saying that, hey, I don't know if this is real or not, starring Keegan-Michael Key as Alpha. And if they're going the Alpha route, that would mean that this is going to be an MMPR reboot. So I don't see how they cannot go with the MMPR reboot. And me personally, I think a theatrical release with Green with Evil would be the perfect way to go. Now, the only question is, will Rita be as goofy and wonky as she was in the series, or will she be a little bit more serious? And there's also talks of an animated series. Now, where this animated series talk has come from is, I'm not so sure, considering I don't know what the sources are. So, let's read this article real quick. According to Daniel on his Patreon, a new live action Power Rangers movie is reportedly in development. Alongside this, discussions are underway about a potential animated series, making a fresh direction for the beloved franchise. The Power Rangers franchise has been a cultural phenomenon since the 1990s. Now, here's the thing. Did anyone listen to or pay for Daniel's Patreon that could potentially shed any light on what he may or may not have discussed? Because I didn't pay the $5 to listen to what he was about to say. I get that he has a track history for being right, but I would love to know what he said specifically to, ascertain a better opinion of what's to come with Power Rangers. But it has to be 100% a fresh reboot. You cannot do this without a fresh reboot. And in my mind, I think the best option would be animated series for 2025 at some point launch to get the brand reestablished. And then in 2026, movie. I don't know if you can necessarily pull off like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or a Transformer 1. Is this the real Jinsaku? Is this the real Jinsaku? In the chat right now. Movie seems to be the only focus right now, but if it does, well, maybe be an animation. Is this the real Jinsaku? Shout out to Aerostorm who says reboot story equals Rangers must stop an OG Ranger from creating. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. You got me again. You got me again. You got me again. God damn it. I read all super chats and we must. Yes, sir. Stream sniped at the right time. Hey, Jen, you want to come up? You want to talk? I got Discord. I could drop you a link. You can click the link and we can have a quick discussion. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So we got the real Jinsaku, but let's talk about this super chat. Reboot story equals Ranger must stop an OG Ranger from creating t-shirts with quotes as he becomes the new Lord Zed pending salary negotiations. Oh my God. So we do got the real Jinsaku in the chat. Thank you. In the chat who stream sniped me at the right time. And guys, we're literally covering his story. I'll look, man, we'll take a guess. See if my man wants to drop a word in live. This was not planned at all. This was not planned, guys, at all. But I'll drop a link specifically only for Jinsaku, and you don't have to cam up. All you got to do is click the link, and we could literally have a conversation live. It'll just ask you for like your microphone in that nature. But here is the link for Jinsaku. Is he watching on the Clips channel or the main channel? It looks like the Clips channel. That link is Jinsaku. Click here. Jin, click here. Don't worry, it won't hack you. But he could have dipped in and dipped out, man. You know, this guy's a busy guy. So he stream sniped us. Movie seems to be the only focus right now. But if it does well, maybe on the animation, but it'll be far in the distant future if it happens. So movie first, according to Jinsaku. Let me know what you guys think about Jinsaku. And like some people are like, well, who the hell is Jinsaku? Let's put a face right here. There you go. He actually looks like a cousin of mine. So now you see the man behind the face. I don't know if Jinsaku is gonna click the link, man. You know, he could be in and out. I did stream snipe his spaces, but we dipped out early. We dipped out early. But hey, I dropped the link. If he hits it, he hits it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But salute to him and securing the information and crashing the goddamn stream. This might be on the thumbnail though. Salute to you, man.